we're all in this to save money, right? We do points and miles because we don't want to fork over $1,000 for a ticket. So when you still have to fork over $1,000 for a ticket, you're like,
I looked at BA to go see my sister. It was the cash price in business class was $1,900 round trip from Boston to London to Newcastle and back in business class. And I could have booked it on points, and the taxes were going to be like $1,200 total. Like, what's the point? I might as well just pay. And I did pay cash for that, but it certainly takes the wind out of your sails trying to get some of these redemptions.
That's why I always cringe a little when people book British Airways through a program that passes on all the fees to you, because I'm like, if you had just gotten that award from a different program, you probably could have saved like $300 or $400. But this isn't talked about enough, and that's why we're talking about it here. And yes, we talk about it in the Jaguar Lounge, we talk about it in the Redemption Multiplier course, but we didn't have a whole resource dedicated to it, which is why we're creating one. Especially now that airlines are like, oh, you say oil costs more, let's just tack on this surcharge. And now we're seeing they can kind of do that at will, and they will continue to do it. Okay, so booking with a partner airline. This is where you're not reducing your options by taking BA and Air France off the table, because right, that hurts a little. So you want to leave those options on the table, because if you have specific dates, specific destinations, you need all the options you can get. So this is where you would just book these through another program, and you will still pay, some surcharges, but it's going to be fewer than if you book through their own program. So this is the metal on the left side. If you want to book this metal, you would use this program that's listed on the right side of this chart. If you're going to book British Airways, use Cathay Pacific. Cathay doesn't transfer one-to-one from Amex anymore, but they do from, I don't have this memorized. Hold on. Cap One.
Sorry, while you're looking that up, let's bring this up. I'm glad you're talking about this, because Sally pointed out British Air offers the only nonstop flight to the UK from San Diego. So does that mean I'm just stuck? Am I just out of luck here for the reasons you mentioned before? And as you pointed out here, there's an alternative. And Donna in the chat shared the same thing. I'm going to London next month, booked through Cathay for a British Air business flight. The taxes were $230 per person.
Yes.
A lot less than what'd you say, $800 to $1,000? That it can be some.
It can be. British Airways, I think Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but British Airways, I think, went dynamic for their surcharges and for their own metal and for their points prices. I think they're fully dynamic. Like, it's a different price every time you look at it.
Yeah, certainly the taxes, because they used to always be about the same, and now like sometimes it's 1,000, sometimes it's 750. Like it's tough. And Virgin does that too with the dynamic, which I don't get how taxes can be dynamic, but that's another topic for another.
Yeah, I don't understand dynamic taxes either, but alas, them and Lufthansa must have been hanging out in the same circles. So Donna was either paying attention and knew to use Cathay, or just shopped around and is very smart and figured it out. So Cathay also transfers one-to-one from Bill. I just needed to verify, because I don't want to say anything wrong on an audience this large, because I know someone will call me out. And I know this topic so well, but I don't have every line of the transfer partner matrix memorized, you guys. Not yet. And we don't really talk about City and Capital One as much in the Village. We do in the Lounge, not in the Village. So for you all here in the Village, you'd use your Bilt points one-to-one to Cathay to book British Airways, and you will save several hundred. They charge I think Donna said she paid $250. It's somewhere between $250 and $300 depending on the route in taxes, or in total taxes, fees, and surcharges, versus anywhere from $700 to $1,000 on BA. And then coming home, it's higher because the UK's government taxes leaving the UK are higher. So it's not the fuel surcharge that'll get you leaving the UK, it's the government fees. And I think Cathay charges $550 or $600 total for all of it, fuel and government fees, which is better than you could pay upwards of $1,200 on BA for those exit fees. Okay. And then Emirates, you can book Emirates on Japan Airlines, which doesn't get talked about a lot. And to share that's like lounge level material I'm sharing here, by the way, to book Emirates on JAL. That's really cool, advanced level stuff, but you can technically do it. Availability is sparse. So I know someone's going to comment in the Village and say, I can't find any availability. That might happen. They might not have any availability today at all for the whole year. But if you keep watching, they will occasionally give JAL some of that award space, and JAL passes on none of the surcharges. So you're only paying government fees. It's much smaller. Air France, same thing. Them and Virgin Atlantic have an interesting relationship, because Virgin will pass on like all of these fees and surcharges to their customers. But when they sell you an Air France ticket, now all of a sudden they're willing to eat some of those fuel surcharges. I don't understand why. We don't know. But either way, you can save on the surcharges by booking Air France through Virgin if you want to.
The other thing, and we can't say this enough because this comes up all the time, not just with avoiding fuel surcharges and taxes, is have date flexibility. So especially if you want to book US-based carriers release flights a lot later, about 30 days later than many of the international airlines. They also have a ton of last minute availability. So like American, United, we don't talk about Delta because, well, I mentioned before, 400,000 miles is way too expensive. But American and United tend to have pretty good business class redemptions, especially kind of close in like that, which is my style of traveling, if for those that didn't know. So if you wait until the last minute to book or book a backup flight that's refundable, you can often snag a low surcharge flight on a domestic carrier. London on AA is a great example. So I show this all the time in the lounge. We do these like deep dive sessions, kind of individual coaching sessions. And we can do things where you look at flights and you can say, okay, this is a flight booked on AA. It's a BA flight, $800 in taxes. This is AA booking an AA flight, $5.60 in taxes. And it's literally the same JFK to London or, whatever the route is. And you can see just by changing who's operating the flight, you can save hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So that's a huge thing. So we always say, points and miles is all about giving yourself the most amount of options. So having date flexibility means you have that many more chances to come up with to find a deal that doesn't include all these high taxes.
Flexibility is good. And you don't necessarily have to just travel the Tom way where you wait to book your ticket. You could just book something that's refundable and then wait to see if something better comes up. So it eases some of that anxiety if you're trying to wait for the domestic carriers to release their space. Bilt. So we talk a lot about Bilt here at Jaguar. It is the new card that we recommend over Chase. So Bilt points open up options on Japan Airlines, which is one of the best ways to avoid fees from British Airways. But they also, this is why Bilt is an amazing program, and JAL is probably my favorite, I think. Am I allowed to say that? Like my favorite points.
Like choosing a favorite kid.
I know. It's got to be JAL at this point. I call this the trifecta of fees, but they partner with British Airways, Air France, and Emirates. So you can buy all three of those tickets, like the metal, right? BA metal, Air France metal, Emirates metal, on JAL, and JAL does not pass on fuel surcharges. They have to pass on the government fees. They're not passing on those extra charges for fuel. So it is just such a valuable program. And Bilt is the only way to unlock, transferring to JAL at a 1-to-1 ratio. So that means like Bilt is very valuable. If you haven't been sold on getting a Bilt card, like maybe this is what pushes you over the edge, but just having that currency puts you in a better place than people who don't for fuel surcharges.
Steph, you might have made a little mistake here. I thought Iberia was your favorite.
Oh no. I don't want Iberia to hear me.
They're listening.
Don't tell them. I do love Iberia, but I love Iberia only for their own flights. So they're my favorite program for Europe for sure. And I love their own metal, but I'm not booking partners through Iberia. So if I had to rank like best program for all, all encompassing everything, I think JAL's got it, except for their website. Their websites.
Yeah. This is going to be a live stream in the future. Airline superlatives.
Oh, we have to do that.
Maybe a live stream coming up in the near future.
Or we do it for like New Year's or something,
I can see that Jaguar wrapped.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. There's so many different ways to approach this, and there are so many different hurdles to clear. And I feel like this fuel surcharge one, it's always been one. We asked in the chat. People have seen the British air fees and different things like that, but it seems like we're seeing it more, and we're probably going to see it more in the immediate future. And that's why, you pointed out somebody booked British Air through Cathay and didn't pay those fees. And there's really two ways that they might have done that. Either they were educated, they discovered that fact, what you just taught us here, and capitalized on it, or they lucked into it by searching. Both are valid. I have no problem, high five if you lucked into it because you were searching and came across that option. That's fantastic too, because either way, you did the work to actually find it. But this is always a thing. This is a big part of what you two teach in the Redemption Multipliers course, is how to find those partner relationships that you can capitalize on, right?